I'm reminded of how I got left behind by a bus. So what happened was, I was coming from home, going to varsity, going to school. It was my second year. So I call my cousin. I'm like, hey man, listen up. I'm leaving on this day, abo. And he's like, okay, sharp. I'm saying yeah. And then I say to him, yeah, so I need you to pick me up and drop me off at the bus station, abo. Sharp. Hi, he comes over. We are happy to see each other. Everything is fine. And then now you have to leave home. I can't leave because I'm busy, hugging everyone, just, sad to leave. And man, time is ticking. Yeah, well? So they're like, go, go. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going. Busy, yabavalelisa, saying goodbyes and not finishing. And then eventually we get in the car with my cousin, and then he drives. We go. And as we're driving, I'm looking at the time. I'm like, hey, say, we're not gonna make it. He's like, we're gonna make it. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, no, we're gonna make it. Don't worry. We go. We drive, listen to music, we're chatting, stuff, you know? So when we get there by the bus station, oh, before we first get lost. You lost. Ngapa you late for your departure. We get lost a little bit. So we try to not pay for the parking space because there's two gates. Yabo. So if you go in the other gate, you don't pay, and then you go at the other gate. So we went to the other one, the one where you have to pay. Yabo. So we were trying to not get, we were not trying to pay. Anyways, we get there. I get off the car. We get in the shandy. So I get off the car, take my bags, and I'm running to the bus. I get there, the bus just left, bruh. I'm like, yo, what now? Never. And I'm like, okay, can't they like stop the bus or something? What can be done? Or can I take the next bus? They're like, no, man, your ticket is gone. You have to buy another ticket. So now a bus ticket is like 350 and I have 400 in my wallet. Webo. So I'm like, if I buy a bus ticket for 350, that means I'll have 50 rand when I get to Durban, and then I'm gonna have to Uber with 50 bucks to get to Res. I'm like, Anyways, I take the next bus. I pay. I tell my cousin, I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm just gonna get on this bus. Safe travels, thanks. And then he departs. I take the next bus. Yeah, boom. As I'm leaving, I'm stressed out. Good, ish. What am I gonna do? You see? But anyways, I get there. I get 8 hours drive. It was at night, so I got to Durban in the morning. Almost said in the afternoon. Got there in the morning. Took an Uber. Got to Res. Now I'm at Res, and I'm literally having like what 18 rand to my name. I literally have 18 rand to my name. So I'm thinking, yo, this is tough. My parents just gave me this 400 bucks. What am I gonna say? I'm gonna ask again for another money. With moms, man. Every time you have to ask for money, you have to give a paragraph and an essay plus a whole book of why you need the money. So ish, that wasn't an option. Anyways, and then I'm like to my roommate, I'm like, except please borrow me 200 bucks. I'll give it to you by the end of the week. Yeah, well, and then of course, the guy we've stayed together for a whole year last year during our first year, so he trusts me. He knows I'll give him the money. He gives me the 200 bucks, and as he gives me the 200 bucks, I take it, and then I went to buy ice cream. Yeah, well, so a box of ice cream is like 125 back then. In the day, it was 125 rands. So then I buy the box of ice cream, and then I come back. Inside the box, there's like 25 ice creams. Yeah, well, so I sell one for 10 bucks. So I'm at Res. There's a lot of people at Res. There's like 200 plus people. I sell 200 of these ice creams, 250 of them. So I get 250 back, plus the change that, of course, I got from the 200, from buying the box. And then I take the 250. I go buy another box. So it's like around Wednesday, Thursday. I go buy another box, I sell, and then I finish selling, and then I give the guy 200 bucks, and then I keep the change and the stock, the ice cream. And the guy's looking at me like, this guy, I saw it in his face. He was jealous. But anyways, um, I'm not scared of him. Even if he can see this video, he knows he was jealous. So then what happens is I learn Noguchi, you know what? Sometimes inconveniences are there to actually grow us and help us to think in different ways. And also just to have a story to tell. So sometimes you don't always have to look at things the bad, like in a bad way. Of course, when it happens, it's bad and it hurts and whatever. But I mean, it's a story, bruh. It's a stepping stone to the next glory. You know what I mean? Depending on how you look at it, depending on how you look at the situation. So man, that was a very nice experience for me. Now that I'm looking back at it, it was exciting. It was an exciting thing that happened. So all I can say is don't be afraid to be late for your airplane um or bus trip. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is don't afraid to take risks, man. You know, take a bus to Cape Town, take a bus to Eastern Cape, even if you don't know anyone there, man. There'll be a story to tell. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Honestly, what's the worst that can happen? There was another time where a friend of mine was like, Exen, I want to host a part. I mean, I have people who want to host a party. Can you borrow us your house? And I was like, ish. Of course, not my house, but like home. So I'm like, ish. No, fine, let's do it. So I was home alone at that point, and I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Of course I was scared, but then I also remembered my story. But I'm like, but if I do it, what if I get to meet great people? You know, um, I also get to make money because these people are coming through and they're going to be paying, of course, for the night. Going to be having fun, going to network and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Of course, I was um not so sure at first, but then after remembering this story of mine, I was like, nah, man, let's do it, man. What's the worst that can happen? Honestly, maybe just police popping up and being like, hey, end this, swi- switch off the music and stuff. But um take risks, man. Take risks and do live life. You never know what may happen, you know. So that skill also taught me how to borrow money and use it for the better instead of using my own money. Had I had my own money and everything went smooth, it was gonna be like just another boring or normal thing that happened, had I got on the bus on time and stuff. But then because of all of this, it taught me how to think on my toes, and yeah, man, I don't know. What are you learning from this? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know. Um, yeah. Share this, like it, share it to your friends, family, whoever might need to hear this. Whoever who got left behind by a bus or an airplane or a train or whatever, man. You know, laugh about it. Look back and just laugh about it and be glad you got a story to tell. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Peace.